And do you know what? It's great to salute a champion from our neck of the woods. But this one is with a bit of a difference. Luke Towler is Luke's a tree surgeon, right, with the 13 Housing Group. And he's also an expert competitive pole climber. It's true. And despite the very tricky weather last weekend, Luke, who's from Sedgefield, well, he won the Welsh Championship last weekend. And he joins me on the line right now. Morning, Luke.
Morning.
Thanks for coming on and joining us this morning. First of all, congratulations. There can't be many people who do pole climbing or maybe even know that it's a sport. So tell us, how did you get into it?
Well, I climbed at college and when I learned how to be a tree surgeon. And they often go to the championships, and it's a good way to progress your climbing for work.
Yeah.
And we went up to the Highland Show, which was the Scottish Championships. And in my first competition, I managed to win. So I then moved on into the professional class, and I won the following weekend down in Wales. And now I've just sort of continued climbing.
That's fantastic. And what's the format then, Luke? You know what I mean? Like heights, is there a time limit? What kind of equipment do you use? That sort of thing.
So it's an 80-foot pole, usually Douglas fir. And you have, in the tree surgery category, which is what you start off in, you use spikes that come out the side of your boot, as if it's the same that you use for work. However, when you move into the professional class, once you've won a tree surgery category, you can then modify spikes. So we use sort of cycling shoes with a spike coming out the toe that we have to make ourselves. And because it's on the toe, you can sprint a lot faster.
Right. All right. Okay, then. I just find it intriguing because, you know, there you are last weekend as well, and despite the awful weather, you won the Welsh Championship, didn't you?
Yes. Well, I'm not sure if it's classed as the Welsh anymore, but it's part of the British Championship, so we have to compete in, I think it's overall 4 or 5 different shows.
And did you fancy yourself for, you know, were you one of the favourites, or did you just think, I'm just going to go for it?
Well, at the moment, there's about two of us in Britain that are currently the fastest, and it's between me and him who's going to be British Championship and potentially World Championship at the end of the year.
Oh, wow, right, okay then. How many more competitions have you got before that's decided then?
I've got one more for the British Championship and one more for the World Championships.
Oh, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. Now, the only downside, I'm guessing, if you're the best, you're the quickest, you're the fastest when it comes to this, you're a tree surgeon for the 13 group, the 13 Housing Group. Do they expect you just to be like really good and really quick and going, wait, Luke, come on, you're taking your time here, son, aren't you?
Well, they've been extremely supportive, and they've given us sponsorship for time off work and given us time for that, which really helps. But they always do expect us to be the best, but that's what I'm expecting of myself anyway.
Well, I tell you what, I can only wish you all the very best, and towards the end of the year, make sure you come back on and tell us how you get on. But Luke, thanks for joining us on BBC T's Breakfast. That's Luke Towler, who's a tree surgeon with the 13 Housing Group, and he just happens to be one of the top 2 competitive pole climbers in the country.